For 20 years, a grand idea moves us. And for more than 6 years, it moves table tennis balls around the world. Tenergy. Today, everyone knows Tenergy, but not every Tenergy fits for everyone. What are the specific attributes of each Tenergy? Who should play which Tenergy? We aim to answer these questions. Let's start from the very beginning. After 11 years of research and development, the Tenergy series was unveiled on April 21, 2008, and has since changed the modern offensive table tennis game in a sensational manner. Tenergy rubbers fascinate with 4 basic attributes. Hard to see with the naked eye, but proven in material testing and obvious in gameplay situations. High grip, fast speed, unique rotation capability, and the curved ball trajectory. How much the Tenergy helps players tap into their potential becomes obvious in the fact that almost all of the players in the top 10 world ranking use Tenergy, as did over 50% of the players at the recent World Championships. Why is that? Because Butterfly read the signs of the times early on and made it the basis for research and development. Aspiring to reach the highest levels of speed and spin without the use of speed gluing, 3 groundbreaking technologies were invented: high tension, spring sponge, and the special Tenergy pimple structures. All 3 played together in every Tenergy rubber, creating the exceptional playing experience. High tension creates tension on a rubber surface and sponge to use the energy of the incoming ball and redirect it back into the shot. The technology is complex, but the principle is easy to understand. Like on a trampoline, the higher tension on the surface creates a higher bounce. Rubbers using high tension have a much higher surface tension compared to classic rubbers, without negatively affecting material quality. Compared to the first high-tension rubbers, the tension in Tenergy has even been increased by 300%. To the amazement of the research team, professional players also reported that Tenergy rubbers kept their high performance for a longer duration compared to other rubbers, despite the additional tension. Also responsible for the success of the Tenergy rubber is the spring sponge technology. The premise was how to increase the impact of the sponge without changing its thickness or texture. Finding the answer took time, but exceeded all expectations. But what exactly happens? Rubbers with a traditional sponge absorb the energy of an incoming ball, much like a mat with no feathers. The energy is lost, and the ball only receives the power of the player's shot. The spring sponge, however, is thinner and harder, but still elastic. The air compartments contract on impact and then expand again, imparting additional power on the ball, much like a spring. Hence the name spring sponge. Old ambitions required new ideas for the Tenergy revolution to be completed: the special Tenergy pimple structures. Combining the new spring sponge with discarded pimples' heights, diameters, and distances suddenly hailed unexpected results. Over 100 different pimple samples were tested by Butterfly's advisory staff of professional players to work in harmony with the new spring sponge. A selection of samples remained that excited all test players. This variety later became the Tenergy series and is the main reason for all types of players profiting from the Tenergy effect individually. This takes us to the main question: which Tenergy supports your game the best? Choosing the best Tenergy for you is not a matter of numbers, and the blade has a big influence as well. But there are some factors that can help with the decision. All Tenergy models are suited for modern, offensive playing styles. All exhibit the highest level of speed, spin, and control. It is the focus of these aspects that differs with each Tenergy. It all depends on your wishes. Most players tend to favor speed and spin. Well, the fastest rubber is the Tenergy 6.4, followed by 8-0 and 0-5. Professional players use the 6-4 to support the power of their topspin for straight scoring, like Jun Mizutani, Jiang Jiku, or Chuang Jian. The strong point of the Tenergy 05 is the spin. When hit tangentially, the ball reaches the fastest revolutions per second, followed by Tenergy 8-0 and 6-4. This makes the Tenergy 05 not only perfect for spinny topspins, but also for service and receive, as well as for defense play focused on spin. The heavy spin capability of Tenergy 05 is also the main reason for the curved trajectory of the ball, which we see here in comparison. This makes Tenergy 05 the best choice for players looking for spin on active shots and for stability in topspin to topspin duels, much like Timo Boll, Kenta Matsudaira, and Marcos Freitas. An aspect not to be underestimated is the ball control. But what is control? There are different kinds of control. As a player looking to actively respond to spin with a counter topspin, Timo Boll favors the precision of Tenergy 05. The harder a Tenergy surface, the more precisely the ball follows the trajectory of the shot when hit tangentially. Tenergy 05 is the best choice for players looking for precision or active control and placement. To players with a more all-round offset such as Jun Mizutani, the safety aspect of controlling the spin of the opponent is paramount. The best choice in this case is Tenergy 6-4. The longer pimples create a softer rubber surface where the ball literally digs in. This makes Tenergy 6-4 more insensitive to incoming spin. Serve, receive, block, or straight smash become easier to control.
僕はテナジー64を使ってます。これでドライブの時のスピードが速くなり、攻撃力も増しました。そしてさらにブロックが安定するようになりました。
Ich versuche von beiden Seiten immer mit rotationsreichen Topspins zu agieren, um Druck auf den Gegner auszuüben. Dabei hilft mir der Tenergy 05 einfach am besten.
To whom can Tenergy 8-0 be recommended? The height and distance of its pimples are exactly between Tenergy 6-4 and 05. So are the characteristics. This special balance combines high levels of speed and spin with increased control and passive play. This makes the rubber particularly interesting for versatile offensive players such as Sia Kishikawa or Joao Monteiro. And what about Tenergy 25? Tenergy 25 is different from other Tenergy rubbers in terms of structure and playing characteristics, and is therefore regarded in its own section. It uses flat and broad pimples with a short distance. The harder surface rubber makes the ball follow the shot trajectory of the racket more precisely when hit tangentially. Although not the fastest rubber, Tenergy 25 rewards offensive players of high technical expertise in spin-based attacks close to the table. Service focused on spin, short, aggressive receives, or counter top spins over the table. Players able to hit the ball very thinly favor Tenergy 25 for the highest levels of spin and precision, even among other Tenergys. Let's summarize. Tenergy 05 for maximum spin. Tenergy 6-4 for maximum speed and passive control. Tenergy 8-0 for balance between speed and spin. Tenergy 2-5 for maximum precision close to the table. One question remains. Who should prefer the FX version of Tenergy? Tenergy FX differs from the original Tenergy only with its sponge. Here, the spring sponge is made 4 degrees softer and approximately 5% lighter by a particular formula. The result is a softer feel and increased control and passive play. When hit actively, the FX Tenergy imparts more impulse power on the ball, resulting in higher speed, but also in a less curved trajectory due to less spin on the ball. Tenergy FX is mainly suited to players looking for reduced weight on the racket and a softer touch with increased control and passive play. Tenergy from Butterfly. Table tennis for you.